So, if you've been a creative, whether that be drawing from a really young age or suddenly drawing during COVID-19, you must have had this question lingering around in your head. What creative career shall I choose? I mean, am I even going to turn my creativity into a career? Am I going to take it as a job, or is it going to just sit there on the side as a hobby? Should I do what I'm passionate about? Like, everyone is saying to follow my passion. Should you follow your passion? So, today I'm here to talk about whether you should follow your passion and whether that advice is okay to follow and what you could possibly do with your creativity. So we're gonna get started on this topic while I draw Ariel for just guilty pleasure because I've never drawn her. But anyway, I just want to say a disclaimer that I'm not a professional and I'm not a designer or a professional artist just yet. But I took a decision about this question this year, and I'm just gonna basically give you some food for thought and help you take a decision about whether you turn your creativity into a career or just a hobby that you enjoy. Okay, so first of all, what creative careers are out there and how can you possibly, get into one, and what are its advantages? So now, especially if you're one of those people thinking, oh, art can't make you money, you'll die a starving artist, or there's absolutely no scope for a creative person in the artist community. The artist community is so saturated, and etc., and you're sort of right, but at the same time, you're so wrong. Because what many people don't know is that there is so much more you could do with your creativity than just being an artist or a drawing teacher, if that's what was, secretly crawling around in your head. There are so many jobs out there. You could be a landscape designer, an animator, an editor, a creative director, a storyboard artist, a designer, someone who uses aesthetics as well as their rationale for functionality, for creating a product that has some use, a web designer, interior designer, fashion designer, character designer, director, a person who works in advertising. Who do you think makes all those mouth-watering burger ads that you see on the billboard and other places and on YouTube even? Someone does, someone is working on those, and someone is making you want that burger, etc. So if you're into that, you could even get an advertising job or a marketing job. The list goes on. And now, for getting those jobs or landing those jobs, you could get a degree. You could get a fine arts degree or a design degree or an architecture degree, or I don't know, there are so many other degrees you could look into. And you could choose what's the best for you, what's best for the country you're living in, and the qualifications of the jobs and stuff you need to have in your country or in your area, and then choose accordingly. Now, of course, you could also just be a full-time artist or a part-time one too, and you could make a living off of it, especially with social media and the technology that we live in nowadays. You're literally watching me draw right now. So yeah, you can even be a full-time artist, but it can be unpredictable. And the whole follow your passion and work hard and it'll all work out in the end might not even work out for you financially, and etc. But I'll talk about that little phrase later. And now I'm going to answer the question, what are the advantages a career opens up for your art that you may or may not know? So one of the biggest advantages that you get with having a creative career that even I relate with is having dedicated time to focus on your art and your development as an artist, and just overall just developing your creativity as a person. I mean, in my case, I'm doing YouTube, and even though it's not a job and I'm just still studying, I'm still a student, it has sort of given me an experience of how it feels like if you were having this as a job. And I don't even think I would have the skills I have today if I wasn't doing YouTube consistently and doing it during COVID-19. So that's a huge plus if you want to keep doing what you do and keep growing creatively and all of that. Now, second thing is that you get recognized and you get exposure for your art. If you're just that person who has it as a hobby and sits in the corner and makes masterpieces, maybe your family and friends will know about it, but then you're not going to get that sort of recognition. So you get a wider and bigger platform to display your creativity and showcase it to the world. Now, the third thing is you have an impact and an influence on the creative community in general, and other artists and designers and just the world in general, and that can feel very fulfilling and satisfying. And now the fourth thing is that you have so many financial opportunities out there. Before you could have just been drawing for your own sake and just drawing for fun in your own comfort zone, but then when you take it as a job, you could get so many different financial opportunities. People will be willing to pay for your unique creativity and like what you do and all of that. So that can be exciting.
And now I'd also like to add a sixth advantage, which kind of relates to you doing art or like just designing or creating consistently, which like it becomes a part of your identity. It like, creates your friend groups. It like, just becomes a part of you. Like for me personally, like when I started YouTube, like I started drawing much more often. My skills started improving. I started meeting people who are on the same wavelength as me. Like I have like artistic or like creative friends now, you could say, and like, it's fun with them. I'm starting to look into like different career options, and like it's just opened up like a big new world for me, and it's exciting. It's like a part of me. It's like my identity. I can't like imagine being without it. So that's also a plus point. A whole new world opens up to you. Now those are all the shiny parts of having it as a career, like all the fun and rainbows. Now about the disadvantages of taking art as a career.
So the first disadvantage is financial uncertainty, as I said before, like especially if you're starting up your own business or like just starting to post on social media, it can be quite unpredictable. The market may fluctuate, like you could face financial like instability, and it can be quite challenging, but some people do it. Anyway, now second disadvantage is the pressure to keep creating or like post like some sort of a machine. This is like so real, especially if you're on social media. You know what this pressure feels like, the pressure to like constantly be putting out stuff, constantly be creating, and even sometimes people expect you to be like just creating without like forgetting the fact that you're human, and then that's that pressure to just create like that, and you might not even be wanting to do it on certain days. So that's sort of a disadvantage. The third thing is criticism and rejection. Putting your creativity out there, or your designs, or just art in general, you are just putting it out into the world, and you can get positive feedback along with it, as well as just negative feedback. You can get like straight up hate comments. You can get like just people telling that this and that is not good, you could work on this, and certain people, they cannot exactly deal with that. So if you're that kind of a person, you might want to keep that in mind.
Now on to the advantages of having it as a hobby and its disadvantages. I think most of us have it as a hobby, so I'm just not gonna go into detail about it. I'm just gonna quickly just list it all. So the advantages are that you have creative freedom. Like you don't have to be creating based off what someone else wants or when they want it, etc. You don't have no client. The client is you. It's for your own guilty pleasure. Second thing is that you have stress relief, especially if you're doing it for yourself. You can just do it whenever you want to get things off your mind.
And the third thing is, of course, you have personal fulfillment. Like creating art for yourself can be incredibly fulfilling. The joy of completing that piece or that little idea that popped up in your head can be so rewarding. And the fourth thing is, of course, there's no financial pressure on you. Like you're not relying on your art for a living or your income, etc.
Now the disadvantages are sort of relating with the advantages of having a career. You have limited time, so especially if you choose another job, you might not even have time to do art consistently, and the commitments that you have might keep it challenging for you to create art. Then second thing is you'll have lack of recognition. You might not even be as recognized as those people who have it as their jobs. Third thing is you will probably have limited growth.
Without a structured environment or something pushing you to constantly be improving, you might just stick to the same level in your art. You might not take risks in your art, and you may not push yourself. You just might keep drawing things that you like. So those are all about taking it as a hobby and not as a career. Now about the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is this harmless little term that do what you love, follow your passion, and what exactly it means and how it can also be toxic. And this is for those of you guys who are still watching, who are still here. I wanted to give this out to those of you who really care. And the thing is, that saying can be so misguiding and actually cause harm to people, because some people think it just translates to working hard and doing the thing that you love and drawing, and then someday you will be where you want to be. And the thing is, this term, follow your passion, includes the word passion, which a lot of people mistake for interest or something that you love doing, something that you enjoy doing. Thing is, there's a difference between something that you like doing, for entertainment or for enjoyment, from something that you are willing to do no matter what, and you're willing to put in the work and the sacrifice for it. The word passion in this context means a deep sense of commitment, where you put in the time, your energy, and your soul into getting or doing the thing that you want, and making the sacrifices if you need to. And it's not all fun and rainbows. Basically, if you're taking a career, just because someone says follow your passion, you might want to check in with yourself whether you're taking it because someone told you to, Because the real reason behind it should be because you are willing to contribute to the world in this way, make your mark on the world in this way by, using your creativity and, that being your job. So just keep in mind that taking up a creative job, might not be all fun and rainbows. It can even cause burnout, and there'll be days where you might not like it. But you could say, no matter what, no matter the things that I don't like, my career is going to be dash, and this is my decision. Or you could be like, I've realized art is something I like doing for myself, and it's something that interests me and keeps me going on with my life, and that's fine. And I may not have time for it all the time, but I've decided to keep it as a hobby, and that's my decision. But let's just take a moment and look at this beautiful drawing, because I have been talking over it for literally the whole video. So this is the final result of me drawing Ariel. I actually drew her 2 times. The first time I wasn't able to get the whole process, and I've just never drawn her, and I just wanted to draw her in a different style. One is more chill, just her being a mermaid. The other one is her dressed up for her maybe 16th birthday party or something. She's all fab and she's got a new tail and new outfit and new, or even a bow on her head, and this is both of them shown separately. Now you might remember that I said that I've taken a decision about this question, and my answer is I'm going to take it forward as a career, and I'm looking into colleges and how I could get into them. So I'm going to be preparing for that. So I'm going to be busy with that this year and probably next year also. However, I do post whenever I'm free, so if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and also like this video if it helped you in some way or you just like the drawing. So what's it gonna be for you? A hobby or a job?